Shit, I'm the best thing on her. Shit, I am the shit.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the ball. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switch codes, but he codes with focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that can end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God five, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a peace, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, they you might want to get out of Dodge, run and eat. Honestly, think it's not the blood in the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the eat.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a beast. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God five, I'm the kingpin.
Good Monday, everybody, man. It's another beautiful Monday out here. Looking, I don't know what to say. My team is trash. My team is trash. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Kentucky Wildcats basketball is bullshit right now. They play like shit. We look like shit against Kansas State. We just look like shit. So that's the first thing I'm gonna say. But at the end of the day, this is the biggest time in college basketball, right? It's March Madness. You guys started Thursday, probably started Monday or Sunday when they released the brackets. You was at work. You was at the copy machine making copies of the bracket, handing them out, probably charging $5, $10 a bracket to turn in. And, you turn in your bracket. I normally do 2. I only did 1 because I didn't feel confident. And thank goodness I did. And I saved myself $5. This is crazy. My bracket was the shit after the first week. Look, I'm one of the guys to pick Arizona to go all the way. And unfortunately, Arizona lost in the first game. Pitiful. Now, fortunately, I still have the other team that Arizona was supposed to play in the championship game, and that was Houston. So that's the only team I have left right now. That's what I got left. It's pitiful, man. It really is. I don't know. It's just sad. It's just sad. But it is what it is. I have to take the good with the bad. It's just unfortunately. So in one of my bracket challenges, the 30 brackets, right? And I sent it. Well, no, let me take it back. There's 38, but I sit at 30th due to my team losing. The team I picked sucked ass. They lost the first game, like I said. I picked Arizona to win it all, and unfortunately, I'm not. So let's see. Out of the Final Fours, I got 3 Final Four teams out. One still in. Houston. That's the only team I got left in there. Houston is the only team I got left. Sad, man. It is sad. I'm very upset about it. It was sad. It was just sad, but nonetheless, it's a part of it. I love watching it, the games. I had fun with it. I didn't have high expectations for my team personally because guess what? That's why I picked them to lose that anyway. I had picked them to beat Princeton and lose against K-State. And guess what they did? They did what they supposed to do. They lost in the second round. Now, am I to the point now I'm tired of it? Yes. Last year we lost in the first round. This year we lost in the second round. Year before that, we didn't go. So, I remember I was talking to my man Podcast with Jay. And one of the interview comes out tomorrow. So definitely check it out. I will definitely be posting it, uploading when it does come out, when it does drop. I will definitely upload it to the basement stream so y'all can definitely check it out. But if you want to, you can also check it out on Jay's channel. So definitely go to his channel and check it out there. But one of the questions he had for me is what I thought about John Calipari. I like him as a coach. I don't expect to win a title every year. That's crazy talk. But I at least expect him to compete. So these past 3 years, to me, they haven't been competing like they should. Man gets $10 million a year. Yeah, you heard me. 10 mil. That's how much he gets a season. We end up winning 21 games. I think it's what we end up being. We end up winning 21 games and losing 13 of them. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all. It's really bad. And I really expect more from us. But it's not. Now, let me say this. This time next year, we're going to have a good team. You got like 5 good young players coming in, all freshmen. 3 top 10 players, and 2 top 25 players. So we got a lot of freshmen coming in. We got a lot of guys going to be young. But the thing about it, we got 6 guys to graduate. They can all come back, right? Now, of course, we know they're not all going to come back because they're going to look for opportunity playing time. And with these young bulls they got coming in, man, playing time may be slim to none for some of these cats. So more than likely, they're going to either exercise the option of going pro or maybe transferring it to another team. I don't blame them either way. At the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you and your college career and your opportunity to do what you got to do. When the high is high, you got to strike. So I expect most of them to go. I would love to see about 2 or 3 of them guys come back. I would like to see those guys. And if a couple of them come back, may have to play more of a backup role, less minutes and all of that. I don't know how they're going to accept that or if they even will accept that. Some people can't go that route, you know what I'm saying? And I understand. I definitely understand that, but it is what it is. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to have high expectations next year. Now, if we're not in the Final Four this time next year, We might have to look for other coaches, prospects. We might have to tell John, pay him off, and you need to get to stepping. We appreciate all your hard work, your 13 years of service here, or 14 years of service here. We would appreciate it, but we're trying to go in a different directions. We're trying to go in a different direction, and we trying to get back to winning and not just accept the mediocrity. Not at this point. We're one of the Blue Bloods, and the Blue Bloods expect to be competitive. I mean, but the thing about it, if you look at the tournament right now, there's really no Blue Bloods left. I mean, there's probably, let me take it back. There's probably one Blue Blood still left, and that's UCLA. Out of the traditional teams that's normally there and just winning titles and doing what they need to do, there's only one left. It's UCLA. So it's going to be interesting how that pans out, because UCLA plays who does UCLA play? UCLA plays, let me get this right. UCLA plays Gonzaga. That ought to be a good game. Two good teams out of the West Coast. I don't know if they played each other in the regular season. I don't know. But that should be a real good game. So I'll definitely be interested in watching that. Thing about it, I'll be at the game Friday. They got, the regional championship games here. So I get to see the Sweet 16 going down to the Elite Eight. So they'll be here in Louisville, Kentucky. First game is on Sunday. Friday. They play Friday. I think tip-off is supposed to be between 6:15 or 7:30, depending on the TV, and how they want to put it. And the second game is supposed to be like 4 o'clock for the regional championship game at 4 o'clock. So I wish Kentucky had made it. That would have been nice to see my team play. Instead, I got to watch some other bum teams play that I really don't give a damn about. But I'll be there because I'm in there. It's one of those things. You gotta you gotta kind of predict it out. That's the way it is. You don't want, if you wait till the last minute, ticket prices are mother. So you gotta kind of project it out. And if it's one of those things, if you don't want to go, you can always sell your tickets, right? You can always sell your tickets. Go. Unfortunately, here in Kentucky, it's illegal to scout. So I got to be one of those guys here needing tickets, but really selling tickets. I ain't trying to do all that. I'm just going to be at the game. Watch it live and direct. Might as well. So that's where I'll be at Friday. Enjoying myself. Get 2 games. Going to be a long night. Going to be a long day because, boy, he got work Friday. Yeah, I got to work Friday. I got to be there at 6:30 in the morning, so I'm going to be there Friday. And then I'm going to come home and take me one of them old man naps. Rise up about 5 o'clock, freshen up, and hit the game. And just enjoying myself. That's what I'm going to do. So, we'll see. Miss Jill said UCLA is not too far. I know, that's right. Well, if you're not a fan, you might want to be a fan this week because you got Gonzaga playing against UCLA, 2 West Coast teams. It ought to be I'm sure a lot of flags of the Gonzaga Bulldogs and the UCLA Bruins flying high this weekend. So, congratulations to those 2 guys. Congratulations to all teams in the Sweet 16. It's fortunate they won. They at this point. So, congratulations to all of them. Unfortunately, my team's just not one of them. But the fun thing about being March Madness, man, we do this thing at work where we do the squares. Like, I don't know if a lot of people know anything about the Super Bowl squares. So we do those. and it started around the NCAA tournament. So I get the score. My score is 4-0. So the winning teams got to have the last number 4, and the losing team got to have the last number 0. Man, you don't know how many games I've seen so close where I was going to hit that number. I was so mad. Now, that's $100 a square. It's a lot of squares, but it's a lot of games. So I'm thinking, man, if I hit one time, I ain't trying to sweep and win every round, but just give me one time so I can break even. So far, your boy ain't broke even. So it looked like I done donate $100 to somebody's kid's college fund, I guess. But guess what he going to end up doing again? Paying another $100 because we do a Sweet 16 bid, and only a certain amount of people, only 16 people are allowed to play. So we're trying to keep it consistent. The same people who's been playing the Sweet 16 continues to play. So that's how we do it work. So I guess we one of them $1 billion people who's losing production at work because that's what we're doing all day. Shit like that. So I know y'all probably say, man, you look a little brighter. Well, he ain't got a new ring light. Bring some more light in the room. You know what I'm saying? They keep talking about how dark it is in my basement. It is what it is. So I bought a new ring light. Got it from GameStop. It was on sale. I said, I don't get it. Why not? See how it works. So far, I like it. I'm good with it. So I might even, when I do an IG live, I may even use it there because it's nice and bright. So that's cool. I like that. But again, this is March Madness. This is a time of year where college basketball has opportunity to shine and take the spotlight from every other sport. I know baseball season starting to come in play. You still have a little bit of football with the XFL. You still have the NBA going on. But this something about college basketball and March Madness, man. It's its purest form. It's one and done. It's not like the NBA, best out of 7 every round. No. You get one shot at this thing, and that's it. You lose, you go home. You win, well, you survive in advance is what they like to say. So I like watching it. I like the emotions and the passion that these kids have, and the coaches have, and the ability to adjust from what they did in the first half to the second half. Just the strategy and all of that good stuff. That definitely intrigues me. I like that. So it just it's good to watch. It's fun to watch, and you get the opportunity to see teams you normally don't watch, right? There's a lot of teams I don't watch out on the West Coast, but UCLA and Gonzaga, those are 2 teams I usually get to check out. I never seen USC play, so I got the opportunity to watch them play. Some of these other schools I don't watch play, like Fairleigh Dickinson. I didn't watch them play, but hey, guess what? They made it to the first round tournament, beat Virginia, so that was good to watch. It was fun to watch. Another one was at I think it was I forgot what the team name was. Who was that? Was it Florida Atlantic? I'm sorry, Florida Atlantic when they beat Memphis. That was another good game I got the opportunity to watch. Fairleigh Dickinson beat Purdue. I'm sorry, not Virginia. Who did Virginia lose to? I know Virginia lost. I don't know who did Virginia lose to. They lost first round too. Furman. Yeah, Virginia lost to Furman. So that was a good game. But I also got to watch San Diego State was another one of the West Coast teams. And last time I watched San Diego State, Fisher was out there, old Michigan coach. He was out there, and he had a pretty good team back then. So it looked like they still holding on. They still doing what they need to do coming out the West. So that was cool. Just another opportunity to get to watch these teams I normally don't get the opportunity to watch or see play. That was fun doing that. So, but this is that special time of the year. Like I said, it's always fun and entertaining, and definitely going to give you a show, right? So I was happy. I was cool with that. Looking forward to seeing my son get on that stage, right? My son's going to get the opportunity to play on that stage. Well, hopefully, not that in NCAA stage. He's gonna play D2 ball, so they got their own little D2 tournament. So I'm looking forward to him getting that opportunity to perform on that type stage. You know, I know it's not the major college level stage, but hey, you know, it's an opportunity to play school ball and college ball and play on TV even, because they will. I think it's like the Final Four of the D2 they usually show on television. So I would definitely looking forward to seeing him get that opportunity, you know, and go to the game wherever the site is and be there and enjoying the atmosphere and take it all in. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing that with him and watch him and his journey. So hopefully that it starts this time next year. Now, this team's going through a little transition at Trevecchia. So right now, what we last heard was they're looking for a new coach because the previous coach was fired. So we was kind of in flux, didn't know if we still wanted to pursue that or not. But he said he still want to go there. Now, hey, I said, brother, it's your decision, right? So it was cool. So the coach that there was two coaches, two assistant coaches, one from Tennessee State and the other one from Lipscomb. So we're supposed to hear something next week, hopefully, about the final results on who they're going to hire. So hopefully it's somebody who's going to bring a more up-tempo system, because that's going to really allow him to shine. He's more that fast-paced, up-and-down type guard, but he can't slow it down. So if he has to, that's what he'll do. But like he said that I do what I got to do to play. I said, boy, right there, that's the right attitude you got to have. You go out there, lay it on line, give it your best every day. Coach can't ask for much more. So he's looking forward to that, and I'm happy and proud of him. I'm happy for him. So I'm looking forward to that to him. So like again, I can't wait to see him on that stage and getting that opportunity to play on that level. So it's going to be fun. But speaking of basketball, let me go. Before we go to basketball, before we do that, I need to show. Well, let me say this. I need to show my item of the day, right? So my vinyl record of the day is Brother Johnson's. Great album. Now I know y'all probably, some people may recognize it, some of you old heads like myself, y'all may recognize it, some of y'all don't. If you ever listen to the Steve Harvey Show, right? When they do the Strawberry Letter, that song they're playing, that's Brother Johnson. So, hey, I love it. Good smooth music, man. I put that album on. Hey, get that party started, huh? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Got to set the mood, don't you? So that's my album of the week. But I can't say my Funko Pop of the week, but my action figure of the week. Slinitis from 300. That's my action figure of the week. So yes, yeah, you already know. But talking about basketball, getting on to the NBA. Somebody said I'm too young for that. Hey, man, let me tell you this, man. I got an old soul about me. Let me give you a story. Back in high school, I used to have the realistic Walkman and the realistic headphones. Now, some of y'all don't know what realistic is. If you had a Radio Shack in your neighborhood, that was their brand. That was Radio Shack brand, realistic, right? I used to have the realistic Walkman. Had the little equalizers on the side. But you was thinking I was back in, let's see, about 93. You was thinking I was banging that Easy Does It. You would think I was out there bopping that NWA F the Police are Ghetto Boys. My mind's playing tricks. You think I was bopping that? No. Shit, let me tell you what I was bopping. I was bopping at Jackson 5's greatest hits. Huh? Yeah. I was bopping that Temptations. I was bopping the OJs. Marvin Gaye's greatest hits. Al Green greatest hits. That's what I was banging out. That's what I was listening to then. Now, what 16, 17-year-old kid, listen to that in 93, 92, 93, 94? No. Matter of fact, most of us wouldn't even listen to R&B. We was too hard for that shit. Not me. That's when I had that first Keith Sweat album. Make it last forever. Don't make me sing a bar or two, because I will. No, I ain't gonna do it. That's what I was banging to with my realistic headphones. I was banging it. So when people say, man, you too old. Nah, man. Get an old soul to me, bro. That's what it is. It's just what it is. But I get it because all my cousins were older. Hanging out in my uncle's barbershop, man. That's the music he's playing. That was the music he playing. Matter of fact, I was the one to go over and change the 8 tracks. Hey, man, going over and flip that cassette over. So I'm flipping to the other side playing it. This is what I did. In the barbershop, they playing music. You know what I'm saying? Song one of them really like, they tell me, go on over a little hink and crank it up. Yes, sir. I'm going over and cranking it up. We jamming out in the barbershop, right? It's about closing times. It damn near is a club atmosphere by the time we shut it down. But see, you think about it, in the shop, man, we got a pool table in the back. So now we jamming up the radio with the pool table in the back, and in the very back we had one of them basketball games. With the game where you shoot the basketball, you get everybody playing that too. But see, it took quarters in. But then, Big Hink had the key, he unlocked it, gave us free games. So man, go on over, young blood, play the game a little bit. See what your jumper looking like. My jumper wasn't shit. I was killing that backboard. That's what I was doing. Killing that backboard. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Jeffrey Osborne. That's who LTD is. Don't say LTD. It's Jeffrey Osborne. But I understand what you mean. That's just like Charlie. Charlie Wilson was cool in the game. I'm sorry, not cool in the game. That wasn't Charlie. I'm thinking about the Gap Band. Cool in the game. Cool in the game was okay. I mean, I kind of put them in a category like I did Boys and Men. That's more that white people took it over, and I just like, man, y'all gotta have Cool in the Game. I mean, but they had a couple songs. You know what I'm saying? They had a couple songs I could rock with. See, my uncle did that too. I know what you talk about. That's just what it was, though. There you go. For the record, I can sing. Don't play with me. I sound good too. But so that's what I was listening to. So that's why I got it now, Brother Johnson's. I still listen to it right now, no problem. Let me tell you about my album. I was playing Switch right before I got on the show, just to get the mood right, get my mind right, get myself in the calm space. It's just what I do: play a little music, and the song of choice was Switch. Never be, they'll never be. But nonetheless, back to the NBA. So I've been watching the Lakers here, see if they're going to make a run, right? LeBron misses 11 games. They got, I think, like 5 game schedules are going to be tough as hell. 2 of them with the Clippers. 1 at home, 1 at away. Same arena. What does it matter? They got Phoenix in there, but they also got Orlando and the Bulls. So that 5 game sweep they got ready to come up, man, it's going to be tough on them. Now, I know people like, Orlando's still going to be a tough out, man. Orlando's still going to be a tough out, and the Bulls are fighting for them to get a 8th seed in the NBA playoff too. So every game they're going to have to play in that 5 game run is going to be tough. So it's definitely going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. So as far as the NBA, man, it's heating up because there ain't that many games left. I mean, you got to think All-Star game after All-Star game, they only had 20 games. I think less than that, 14, 15 games left after the All-Star game. Now, that don't make sense. I would think they would do like at the half point, but no, that's not how they roll. They go all the way to like 60 something before they stop. So right now, as far as the West Coast, the Western Conference, the Lakers sit at 10th, right? But fortunate for them, they can move all the way up to 7th. Really, the 6th, if they play the card right. Because between 6 and 10, well, let me say this: between 6 and 12 is really a log jam, man. Because right now you have the Clippers at 5 at 38 and 34, right? You have the Mavericks at 6 and they 36 and 35. You have the Warriors 36 and 36. You have the Thunder 35 and 36. You have the Minnesota Timberwolves at 35 and 37. They sit at 9th. The Lakers sit 35 and 37 at 10th. And this is without LeBron. He's missing his 11th game. But right now they're on a 1-game winning streak. Last 10 games, they 6-4. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, right now, the hottest team right now is the Kings. They was 8-2 these last 10 games. I mean, the teams are supposed to be hotter than them. Like the Nuggets, they 5-5 the last 10 games. So they've been on a loser streak. The Kings won 3 in a row. The Lakers won one in a row. They, like I said, they 6-4 on last 10 games. Only other team that they tied with is Memphis, and they was 6-4 in the last 10 games. They won 2 in a row. So it's definitely gonna be interesting, man. It's definitely gonna be interesting. So you don't have that many games left. Again, they play 82 total games. So right now they got 72 games played, I believe it is. So you got 10 games left. You got 10 games left. And if they could go 6-4 again, because a couple of them teams they playing is within that division, like the Clippers, they play against they play the Clippers let me say this. They played the Clippers twice, right? In the next 5. They play the Clippers twice. They got the Suns, that's 3. They got the Bulls, and they got the Magic. So that's their next 5 games they have. Man, if they can win that West Coast run, right? And maybe split one of the teams in the West, go 4-1, maybe 3-2. They right in there. They right in there. And if they get in there, man, it's gonna be interesting how it's gonna be played out. It really is, man. So this time of season for the NBA is getting good because everybody knows now we can't afford to really. What's happening, world class? What's happening, big brother? They know this time of season they really can't afford to have too many people sit out, right? You can't. You can't have unless you hurt. I need you to play. I mean, matter of fact, AD's about to play a back-to-back. His ass ain't played a back-to-back all goddamn season, but he realized LeBron's out here. I got to step up. You got to step up. You got to step up, man. So, teams are jockeying for them seeds. And again, it's wide open, man. Even the Sacramento Kings could take the number 1 overall seed. I haven't seen Sacramento Kings been good since 2005. When Shaq, before that, probably about 2002, 2003. And that's when Shaq called them the Sacramento Queens. Now, Everybody said it's a conspiracy how they won that game. They gave it to the Lakers. It's not for me to say, brother. It's not for me to say, but that was a good series. I tell you that. They battled. They definitely battled. So definitely looking forward to seeing how the West is going to turn out. Now, as far as the East, there's only 3 teams, man. It's a 3-team race. These other cats, man, just glad to be there. So if you look right now, if the Lakers was in the East, right now at 35 and 37, they would be in the 8th spot right now in the West. Locked into a playoff 8th spot. Not in the playing game, but the 8th spot. Just saying. That's just the way it is in the weeks compared to the West. Now, there's going to be years that West is let me say that the past few years, the West has been winning the NBA title. I mean, there's been a couple teams out of the East. Let me say this. In the 80s and the 90s, the East was really the dominant conference. It's kind of switched ever since the 2000s and 2010s and 2020s have hit. It's more been West teams than East Coast teams. But, we'll see. Milwaukee's looking good. They playing tough. You have the Philadelphia 76ers and the Celtics. Really, it's just a 3-team race. I don't take the Cavaliers as serious. The Knicks are all right, but I don't take them serious. The Nets are just, man, they just holding on for dear life. I don't know what happened to the Heat, man. That was one of the teams I had them competing for the East. Don't look like they're going to compete too well, man, because right now they sit 39 and 34. They in the playoffs, but they struggling. They are struggling. So, again, it's really a 3-team race with the Bucks, the 76ers, and the Celtics. And I really won't say a 2-team because we all know Doc Rivers coaching the 76ers. And I'm not a big Doc Rivers fan because I think this guy chokes way too much than he should. What's going on, Miss He said? What's going on, family? They choke way too much for me, for my liking. So we'll see. We'll see. But it's definitely going to be interesting on how that pans out as far as the West Coast teams and the East Coast teams. Again, I wouldn't take none of them. Most of them East Coast teams here. It's a 3-team race. The rest of I don't know. I just don't take them serious. I just can't. Yeah, well, let's talk about this team. This is my buddy Lady E that came up and had something to say. I went down there to New Orleans. Had a good time. Good food, good peoples. You know what I'm saying? Got to meet some people, some good people, and a family. It was good to meet them. But she told me about these New Orleans Pelicans, right? She told me how good they are and how they're going to compete and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I want to think they was about either 1 or 2 in the West. But Lord, how the tide has turned. So they went from number 2 in the West. I want y'all to guess where they sit at now, chat. I mean, can you just imagine where they are currently in the standings right now? Well, don't worry about it, guys. I'm going to tell you where they sit. They sit at 12th. The New Orleans Pelicans sit at 12th. Now, there's only 15 teams. There's only 15 teams in the West. And the New Orleans Pelicans is 3 from the bottom. You heard what I'm saying? 3 from last place. And if the Trailblazers play the cards right, They may fall to 13th. Now, there's no way they're going to get down to 15 because there ain't enough games left, right? Because the 15th team is 18 and 53, and that's the Houston Rockets. And next to them is the San Antonio Spurs. So they won't fall that far, but they could fall to 13. This is very well possible. They're only 3 games away. We'll see how that goes. So good luck to all my folks from the boot. Yeah. Well, look here. And one of them injuries I question. His name's Zion Williamson. I don't think he's hurt. Now, I'm just going to put it out there right now. I know it may be a conspiracy, but I'll put it out there right now. That dude been saying all year he's won out. I think that's what he's doing. I think it's exactly what he's doing. Look, I'm going to definitely drop the link in the chat. I thought I put it at the top of the thing, but if not, it's not there. I'm going to definitely put it in the chat so you guys can come up and talk about how trash your team is or talk about how good your team is and give me shit about my sorry-ass team. So, speaking of my team, my Chicago Bears are doing good things in the offseason, man. I know. NFC, NFL, football is not being played. Guys, my first love. I'm going to always go to it. Every stream, I'm going to say something about football. I got to. It's a must. Now, before I get into the NFL, again, I watched the XFL game. One game was really boring. It was like 9-6. And then it would end up being 12-6. I'm like, good God, where's all the scoring at? But guess what? That game was trash. I don't think they combined for over 25 points after the game was over, right? But that next game, fireworks. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch an XFL game, if you haven't had a chance to watch an XFL game, please, guys, check it out. You might like it. Now, it's not the NFL. Don't ever confuse it with that. It won't be that, right? But what it does have, man, is excitement and scoring. You get the opportunity to hear the coaches. They get mic'd up during the game. You hear them talking. You hear everything, right? You get to hear them make the play calls. I can hear it. They call the plays. Everybody on watching television, you hear it. So that's interesting. That's another dynamic to it. Another thing is they're still talking to him while the game's going on. I don't think there's a cutoff time. See, like NFL, you get like at the certain time limit of the shot. I mean, of the play clock, it cuts off. The mic cuts off, so you can't talk no more. Man, I think they called it all the way up till he hiked the ball. Again, if you hadn't had opportunity to watch an XFL game, please take the opportunity. You won't be disappointed. Again, there was one game that was disappointing. It was low scoring, but that next game that came on, I think at like 7 o'clock, took care of all that. That wasn't a problem. Wasn't a problem at all. So definitely check out a XFL game if you didn't get it. Hadn't had a chance to. You looking for that football itch? It's there. It's there. Big name, former big players that are now coaches. You're going to see them on the sideline calling plays. Couple big-time college coaches like Bob Stoops. He's out there, and one of the coaches is cool, man. It's cool. It's good stuff, man. So you will definitely enjoy it. I promise you will. Yes, please like and subscribe. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Take the opportunity right now. Hit that like button for me, please. Back to the NFL. My beloved Chicago Bears, man. We're doing some things. We are doing some things, and I love what we're doing. We made that big trade. We moved down. We ended up getting a switching first-round pick with the Carolina Panthers, so we went from 1 to 9. But in the meantime, we got their first-round pick. We got a first-round pick for next year in 2024, plus a second round, plus a third round for the third round for next year. For a second round for 2025. So we got a first and a second, a first and a third in 2024, and we got a second in 2025, and we got DJ Moore. Now, I don't know if some of y'all didn't know, they didn't want to throw DJ Moore in there because they wanted to keep him. They offered to throw another first-round pick in 2025, but we said no, we want DJ Moore. And I thought that was a great move by our GM, Ryan Poles. I thought that was a great move for him doing that because we need a receiver. We was thinking about driving a receiver in the NFL, so why not already get a proven good receiver who really hasn't had the opportunity to really shine like he could have because he really hasn't had the quarterbacks. It's been a merry-go-round of quarterbacks at Carolina Panthers, and he still was able to be successful, 1,000 yards the last 3 seasons. So he's still put up 1,000 yards receiving, even with all them trash-ass quarterbacks. Well, in the meantime, we got 2 of his homeboys. P.J. Walker, who was one of the XFL MVPs. I'm sorry, the year I want to say, I think it was XFL, Canadian football. He was in the running for MVP. We got Dante Foreman. He was a running back. He ended up being a leading rusher, especially after McCaffrey got traded to the 49ers. So we upgraded right there, giving us a little bit more depth at running back position. We was able to get a couple defensive player, one from I want to say DeMarcus Walker, I think his name is, from the Titans. We also got an offensive guard from the Titans, Nate Davis. We was able to get a couple linebackers, Edmonds from Buffalo, and it's TJ, I can't think of the guy's last name, from Philadelphia. So we was able to get that. We got a defensive tackle. I believe he was with the Cincinnati Bengals last year. So we got an opportunity of getting him. So we really stacking the deck. Now, unfortunately, we wasn't able to get an offensive tackle because that's another big position we was looking at. But I do like the possible 3 prospects they was looking at in the draft. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. So we got one guy from Northwestern. The Bears went down to the pro day and checked him out. So it seemed like he could be a possible good fit. Another guy named Johnson from Ohio State is another possibility. And then there's another guy, offensive tackle from Georgia. So those are 3 good possibilities, man, at the offensive tackle position. Picking at the nice spot would put us in place to get one of those 3 guys. I'm hoping that happens. We do need offensive line help. That's one of the key spots I wanted us to address. One of my thing was I need at least an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and a wide receiver in the draft. That's what I was looking for. Good thing about it, we was able to address 2 of those positions in free agency. So now we could kind of work around our picks and start to work on more depth. And that's what good teams do. They work on they not only get the main core players, they try to get depth. And so that's what we are looking to do in the draft. We have 12 draft picks this year. So that's going to be fun, seeing how we're going to work around those. But now, more than likely, I think a couple of them are going to be traded, which is understandable. It's very understandable. Let me take a hit of this while I'm thirsty. I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry, guys. 12 draft picks this year. So that's definitely going to be interesting. We're going to see how we're going to work it now. I'm hearing other rumors. They talk about maybe possibly could be trading down again. Who knows? Now, it's one thing. I don't want to trade that too far where we put ourselves in a position where we don't get that offensive tackle that we've been talking about. So, it's kind of funny when they talk about trading down again. I know someone won't trade out too much. I don't mind maybe a couple spots, maybe from 9 to 12, 12 to maybe about 15, maybe, and still maybe pushing it. But I just don't want to trade down too far where I won't get that opportunity to get one of them 3 tackles from Northwestern, Georgia, Ohio State. So it's definitely needed. I've been looking at some mock drafts for the Birds, and then they was talking about possibly getting a defensive lineman that they really like out of Northwestern too. This really caught their eye. So hey, we might end up getting two guys who's just right down the street from us. That would definitely work. Those are a couple positions that I definitely want to fill. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But there's been some other big things going on, man, as far as NFL, and a couple of them was just other teams making deals. So I watched the Raiders. They end up getting your boy from Garoppolo from the 49ers. So that's one of the big deals that was made during the offseason, as well as Derek Carr going to the New Orleans Saints. Those are big deals, man. Those are definitely big deals. So it's definitely going to be an interesting season, man, to see how it goes on. That offensive lineman, of course, the Bears was looking at. Unfortunately, he felt like, we just didn't offer enough for him. And I can understand, man. You got to go where the money is, man. That's the most important thing. Go where the money is. So that's what he ended up doing. So he ended up going there. And then Orlando Brown Jr., he's a tackle that came from Kansas, ended up going to Cincinnati. That's kind of funny, to make that type move. But, hey, look, he's like, hey, I got my Super Bowl rings. I got to go for the money. And I don't blame him. You got 2 rings. Now it's time to get that big check. You got what everybody else is playing for, right? That's what you got. So if that's the case, why not play for that big check? Why not start getting that big check now? It's no need to beat around the bush. Go get that big check. So I when you see guys doing that after they win the Super Bowl, I can't knock them. I can't knock them at all. That's what you should do. Go get that money. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, man. Making that good money, getting that ring. You did those things. That's what it's all about. Couple more moves, man, that was kind of surprised me. We ended up losing our former starting running back, Montgomery. He ended up signing with the Detroit Lions. But Jamal Williams ended up going from the Detroit Lions to the New Orleans Saints. So those been some good moves, man. These teams are making, trying to help themselves out now. This safety from Cincinnati, Bates, I don't know what he just going straight for the money grab right now, because going to the Atlanta Falcons, man, that's a terrible decision. Cincinnati's still gonna be competing, man. They still gonna compete for a Super Bowl. They tough, man. They tough. So I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Alan Lazard ended up signing with the Jets now. Is that the writing on the wall? That's where Aaron Rodgers is going to be going? He got a guy there. He's got a guy there he's familiar with. So, it won't be a harder transition because he got at least one guy he's familiar with. He can definitely play with and can relate to. So that'll be an interesting move. Old man Alan Thielen, man, used to play for the Minnesota Vikings. Now he's a Carolina Panther. Another good one is Miles Sanders has left Philly, and he's went on to Carolina. So I don't know about that signing either. But you got to go where the opportunity is. Got to go where the money is. So that's definitely going to be interesting. But, I mean, with all these signings that's going on in the NFL, man, that's part of the game. That's part of the game. You guys going to be moving and shaking. It's always going to be there. Franchise tags still need to be signed and dealt with. Lamar's still dealing with it. No, but you still watching. The Baltimore Ravens ain't shit. They trash. And I said it. And that's what it is. As far as his contract situation, I don't know, man. Again, the collusion thing, man, I keep hearing people talk. I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe, but anything's possible, man. I'm not gonna say it ain't. I'm not gonna say it ain't. Anything's possible. So it's gonna definitely be interesting how that pans out. Aaron Rodgers, what is he gonna do? I mean, I heard he's out his hiatus. He's doing interviews. He's talking in these subliminal type messages. That's just what Aaron Rodgers does. At the end of the day, who knows? The Jets are really trying hard. They are really selling their soul to the devil to try to get him, try to sign him. I don't know if that's the right decision to do, but you got to do what's best for you, right? That's what you got to do. So we definitely gonna see how that goes. As far as anybody else, man, I can't think really no. All the other people are really pretty much signed and delivered to the teams they looking to go to. I think those are the couple players still left out there to deal with. Saquon Barkley he got a franchise tag because they ended up signing Daniel Jones, to a good contract, a good contract for him. You know, his caliber play. So he's got a nice deal. So again, it's definitely gonna be interesting how all that pans out. I wish Lamar nothing but the best, but I think Lamar needs to get him an agent. Stop dealing with his mother as an agent. I believe if he had an agent right now, some of this shit wouldn't be happening. I believe if he had an agent right now, he probably would have had more TV commercial, national commercial spots. Locally, he might have a lot of TV spots, but that national money's where it's at, man. It's not about that little local money. I mean, what they gonna give you about $4,000 or $5,000? Now, look, common average Joe is big money for him. It's a drop in a bucket, right? So I believe if he had a regular agent and not his mother, you know, saying this contract thing probably would have been already handled. Everything would have been settled with it. The I's would have been dotted, the T's would have been crossed. But, you know, you got your mom's agent. Hey, good luck with that stuff, man. Just trying to save a few coins here and there. It's not worth it, man. You're missing out on so much more, though, man. Other opportunities besides football. I mean, because most of the time, that's where you're going to make your money at anyway. It's not going to be all your money on the football field. It's what you do off the field, man. Between shoe deals and endorsement deals and commercials and you know, public speaking engagements and all that good stuff, man. I just think he's really missing out, man. I really do. So good luck to the man on whatever he decides, whether he decides to stay there and sign the franchise tag, where he decides he goes to another team. As long as he don't come to the team in my division, I'm good with him, wherever he goes. So that's going to be fun. Talk about signing movements. Shout out to Rick Pitino. Shout out to Rick Pitino, man. Rick Pitino is the new St. John's coach now. So Rick is back in New York, back in his comfort zone ground. You know, the ground where he likes to go and hang and enjoy himself, as well as spend some of his off-season time in New York. That's where he's going to, St. John's. So to me, I think that was a hell of a deal. They got a hell of a deal with that guy. So that was a good signing for them. Iona lost a good one. But guess what? St. John gained one. So that was a good one, man. Shout out to him. He's a former Louisville as well as the former Kentucky basketball coach. So I loved him and I hate him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. So he's got the opportunity to coach up there in the East Coast again. So it should be interesting. Back in the Big East, where he always bragged and how much he loved it and everything, guess what? He's going back. Speaking of Big East, there's another Big East coach going to go from one team to the other, not from one conference to another, but in one team to another, and that's Coach Cooley. What I'm hearing now, I don't know if everything's final. I don't know if the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, but what I'm hearing that he's in favor for that Georgetown job. Now, historically, Georgetown's a good team, but they haven't been good here lately. I ain't gonna lie to you. Patrick Ewing is one of his old prodigal sons, couldn't even turn the Georgetown Hoyas around. So it's going to be interesting on how that works out. And if Ed Cooley gets that job, I think Cooley's a hell of a coach, man. He's a hell of a coach. So I think that'll be a good move for him. Definitely. So it's definitely going to be interesting how that pans out, and I'm looking forward to it. So, but guys, I'm gonna drop the link one more time, and if somebody comes up, that's cool. If they don't, we're gonna close this thing out real tough and real tight. No big deal. Hadn't planned on going long tonight anyway. Kind of tired. Your boy kind of tired. Had a long weekend. A lot of things going on. Been off a few days, and enjoying my time off. And just been enjoying my time off. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go into detail. I just enjoy my time off. So I had to go back to work today. So your boy's tired. He tired. So with that being said, man, it's a lot of good things coming up in sports. It's a lot of good things. You still have like I said, the NCAA tournament. They're having the baseball classic, or I don't know what it's called. I was just seeing where the USA played Puerto Rico, and they end up beating them like 14-2. Again, I'm not a baseball guy, guys. I'm not. I'll be the first to tell you, I'm not a baseball guy, right? I know very little to no thing about baseball. I really don't watch baseball, really. Now, going to games, hey, it's a lot more fun going than watching. And it's one of those things with baseball for me. So I go to the little minor league games they got here, like a farm team for the Cincinnati Reds. I go to them. They call them the Louisville Bats. I usually go to them games. But as far as anything else, I really don't do anything with baseball. So, but when the baseball season starts to get hot and heavy, I'm definitely going to have a guy up here to definitely talk about it, right? Who has more insight and more qualifications on that baseball game. So I'm gonna definitely have some people up here who could talk on that, as well as some in the horse racing field, because guess what? Derby time is right around the corner. The Kentucky Derby is the first weekend in May, right? So it's right around the corner. So I'm definitely gonna have some people on the Basement Sports Recap Show, talk about horse racing, because it's here. It's that time of season. Of course, we also have that big fight in April. Not really a boxing guy. It's not me. But I'm going to have a guy up here who knows a thing or two about boxing. I'm going to have him come up and talk on it, speak on it. So definitely looking forward to that, man. It's definitely going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting week. Again, tap in with me Wednesday. Tap in with me Wednesday. Gonna have a great show. Have a great show Wednesday. Damn, my nose is goddamn sinuses. We have a great show Wednesday. It's gonna really be a good show, and it's gonna be very informative. I hope you guys are free to come up at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Come out and hang out with me. Come out and hang out with me. I'm gonna have a couple of special guests on the show Wednesday. We're gonna talk about some things. About teachers and educators, and are they babysitters? Are they high-priced babysitters, child care providers? So definitely tap in with me Wednesday. That would be my show Wednesday. I'll be talking about that and deep diving into some of those things. So it'll definitely be fun. Again, looking forward to it. Looking forward to us having a conversation, and looking forward to the chat interaction. You guys have been rocking with me, and I appreciate it. You guys, I thank you, and continue to rock with me, right? Continue to rock with me as I continue to work on my consistency and doing the show every week and bringing some good content. It's gonna make you think, make you talk, make you ask questions, or question yourself or others, and that's okay. That's what you want to do, man. That's what you want to do. So. But again, I'm pushing to help men, young men, especially. Like I always say, that's my main goal, to reach out to these young bloods, man, these young black boys, man, because there's a cry and there's a need for them. There's a need for them, and I want to be one of the individuals who are able to fulfill that need, to fulfill that void, to be able to have that conversation, to give them something that they can tune into, listen to, and catch a message. So that's part of my purpose, and that's what I'm here for. So again, if y'all know anybody, young man who's out there struggling, going through some stuff, man, definitely point them my way, man. Definitely point them to my channel. Make sure you share, you like, and subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends, family members, and loved ones. Everybody, it doesn't matter, male or female, married or unmarried, divorced, doesn't matter, widowed, it doesn't matter. Share with all people, because I'm going to share a message that could go across boards, right? And that's what I'm looking to do, to help people out. I know I can't help the whole world. That's not my agenda. But if I can change one person, and that one person can reach out and change another, and another, and another, and another, guess what? Eventually it's going to spread like wildfire. So guys, thank you for rocking with me. Hey, at the end of the day, please, black men, protect yourself at all times. I don't care if you got to get in somebody's Zoom meeting or somebody's got you, do what you got to do to get your mental right. Go get your blood work. Go get your prostate checked. Go get your colonoscopy. These things are very important. Diabetes and heart disease are the biggest killer amongst black men. So in order for us to conquer the world one day, we need to all be here standing upright. Guys, again, thank you for rocking with me in the basement. I appreciate you guys. Look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, so you can rock out with me and we can continue to have this great conversation. Love you guys. Y'all be easy.